So let's have a look at the front squat of Zarah. Zarah is also a track cyclist from the development team. So let's have a look. Yeah. Looks pretty solid. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's have a look. Again, we'll try to keep the weight vertical. So I see that it looks pretty solid. And what's typical for her, and there's nothing wrong with it, it's just a personal preference. She has a very erect, fairly erect upper body. And then pushes the knees a little bit more forward. So ideally you want to see these lines to be parallel, but in this case you see her erect upper body leads to pushing the knees a little bit further forward. And then even this one here, and that is important, she's able to maintain that erect. See, there's very little deviation in, just a little bit, there's very little deviation in the back angle when she gets up. And that's also not possible to have too much deviation in the front squat, because otherwise you lose the weight to the front. So same here, very erect upper body. Yeah, so the only thing I could add, if you look at, yeah, okay, if you focus your attention onto this heel, you can see what I mean. So the only thing, because she has this erect upper body and pushes the knees forward, is that the weight shifts a little bit. So you can see the heel slightly coming up. So here it's on the ground, and then it's coming up slightly here. And that is not ideal. The weight should be staying on the full foot and especially on the heel. So this is one thing to focus the attention in the training, is to sit backwards and sit more on the heel. So in first instance, the training intervention focusing on sitting on the heel. In second instance, what we've done in the past and what we continue to do is putting a block under the heels. So imagine she stands on a small wooden block. The heels, actually, I can imagine it like this. So this part of the foot is on the block, and this part of the foot is free, so which really forces her to stay on the heels, because otherwise she would fall off the block. This obviously we don't do with a lot of weight at this moment in time. We just use it to learn the technique. So standing on the block, the front part of the foot is free, and then squatting. So we've started with body weight, and then we probably do a hands-free front squat with a bar, or maybe a bar and 2.5 kilos. So it's really more about learning the kinesthetic awareness of having the weight going through the heels rather than the front foot. What we saw here. So we can see now the weight shifts a little bit from the back of the foot towards the front of the foot, and that's what we want to avoid. So all in all, in my opinion, a really good front squat. Points of attention, the weight shift in the bottom position from the heel towards the front foot.